what's going on. We all know what's currently going on with Marcellus Wiley. There's so many things going on in the sports world. Uh, Not everything is bad from a violent standpoint, but even just bad news with people like Chris Johnson with ALS, things of that nature. So tune in, man. We're gonna jump over here with our guy.
So some of you may not remember when we covered the case of James Pearce Jr. And if you don't, I'm going to give you a refresher of what happened, because this ex-Falcons NFL player did something that unfortunately doesn't surprise a lot of us. We talked lately a lot about NBA players, NFL players, and NFL players specifically when it comes to crimes against other people. Well, James Pearce is actually and has been accused of and was charged with 2 different counts. Amy actually posted this over on X, so if you guys don't follow her, make sure you follow her to stay up to date on the latest news that we cover here on the channel and beyond. And she said this at the time that James was arrested. She said, Falcons edge, James Pearce Jr. was arrested on charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of that, and aggravated stalking and fleeing and eluding police. We're going to get into the fleeing and eluding police here shortly, because we've got the body cam footage of what happened in this case. And it gets even wilder than I thought. She also says there are reports that he was arrested after crashing his vehicle following a police chase we're going to get into. And he's actually, his girlfriend at the time, I believe it may even have been his fiance, is an WNBA player. We're going to talk about her in a second. But here you can see the case number. He's charged with battery and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Come on, man. Crazy. He has fleeing and eluding police, domestic violence, stalking, and aggravated stalking. And he's actually out of jail right now. So if you forgot what happened in this case, this is actually what happened at the end of the police chase, where this monster of a man was trying to be taken down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers, and they couldn't even get him under control. Look at this. It's a big dude. Like I said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think a 7th one jumps in there too. Insane. And you see James Pearce there with his girlfriend. Jeez. And you can see the tree that fell down because he ran into it. Crazy. All right, so we've actually got more footage for you guys, and we'll get into the body cam here shortly. But here's another angle of what went down in the situation. Look at this. He's dragging 5 of them. And then the 6th guy jumps in, and the 7th guy jumps in. Crazy. All right, so here's one more angle I want to show you all, and that's actually his girlfriend at the time.
I was chilling in the first half. I was for 3/4. They kept yelling at me to shoot the ball, so I was like, let me shoot a little bit.
All right, so let's actually go ahead and get into the body cam footage. This gets insane. It shows starting when they pulled him over, the conversation, and then one of this police officer in this case.
So I'm gonna stop it here first. Shout out to Rain in the chat. Rain, I gave you a wrench on this side, man. So do your thing if needed. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in to Mask Off Sports. Like I said, it's the only introverted sports podcast out there. Like I said, I'll rather do it alone, but I will do it with others. As you see here with E-Class, man, talking about James Pearce Jr., the body cam has finally gone off. Rain mentioned in the chat, like, man, that's a lot of charges for someone to be now out. And I think this is something that is not really unique, but things that people should be aware of, that star power, wealth can get you certain outcomes that others may not receive. Again, we talk a lot on No Middleman on the other platform about, society norms. A lot of people talk about cops and how they interact with other African Americans. So I think a lot of people might feel that his reaction once y'all see the body cam would be something we call the norm, right? But we're going to break it down like we always do here at Mascot Sports. So we're going to keep watching, man. And shout out to E-Class again for the great content.
actually getting out of the car and confronting him. Check this out. You can see him there. He's got his hands up.
Nowhere. I'm not moving nowhere. I've been here in front of the station. Hey, get on the floor! I'm not moving nowhere. Get on here.
He said, not for no sergeant.
What's going on?
Nah, don't ask me that now.
Something about right man. Get the window down.
That's my car. I want my car.
Okay, but let's talk. Come on here.
No, she's right there.
Yes, so he's inside the car.
He's got a gun pointed at him and everything.
Yes, so keep going.
It's not worth it, guys.
No, put the window down, bro.
How many people have we shot in this situation?
I can't pick up my car because I told her she couldn't drive no more.
Yeah, but why you guys ramming into each other? What? Come out of the car.
Hope it's worth it.
So as you see there, it initially started off with the cop pulling them over. He's standing outside of the car, hands up, seeming like he was going to be cooperative. And then once the cop asked him to get on the ground, because as you've seen, the gentleman is a very big gentleman. This is what other people would say. This is the norm. Black people have the right to act this way because of X, Y, and Z. And I just don't really understand, with all the trauma that we witness, why we still make decisions like this on a day-to-day basis. This could have turned out very, very ugly. And I also think police officers are starting to create a lot of these consequences for themselves, because they are now showing so much restraint because of the fear of the outcomes. Let me say that again. A lot of these situations are now escalating because police officers are showing too much restraint because of the fear of what society has stated, right? He already had his gun out, right? Like he could have easily did other things, maybe pulled the taser out, things of that nature, but he probably looked at this gentleman who's an ex-football player, 6'6", 6'5", 250, you know what I mean, huge, and he knew he was already at a disadvantage. Rain says something mentally was going on with him, a mental episode. I can definitely see that.
Is out of there.
234. He's in his car. He's playing northbound.
So you hear the officer say he hit me with this car. Now let's go back and see if he hit the officer with this car. I don't know that he did that. This isn't as clear as the Renee Good situation, but guys, is it worth your life? Obviously, this man wasn't thinking clearly. He was stalking his girlfriend. He hurt her, abused her, allegedly. I mean,
I got my car because I told her she couldn't drive no more.
Yeah, but why you guys ramming into each other? What? Come out of the car.
I don't think he hit the officer either way. There they go.
He's in his car. He's playing northbound.
No, he didn't. He didn't hit you with the car. A little dramatic. Crazy.
From the drop station, partial tag November, Bravo Victor. It's going to be a white Lamborghini. We're going to parcel that for whole tag. Be stopping at 97 and 97 and 6. What your radio put out?
I wish we could have seen the dash cam footage, but I'm actually going to skip ahead to where, because this is the officer that actually gets him to stop as well. And you'll see where the car is parked here in a second. So I'm going to skip ahead in the video and we'll see what happened.
53. 103, please. Northbound from 64th Street. Kids on 103 northbound 64th Street. Again, a white Lamborghini ERS, November, Bravo Victor. Route 4. He's now on 66th Street from 103, please. He's on 60 from 103, please.
There he goes. He's running. So obviously you can see here the body cam cuts off, or it falls off, excuse me. But thankfully someone else got this on camera. And thankfully it didn't end worse for this man. And he lost his life. He didn't lose his life. Jeez. It's embarrassing, man.
Did you hear E-Class there? It's embarrassing. E-Class has a great channel. A lot of people might not see things from his point of view all the time if they look like us. But I definitely agree with a lot of his sentiment. I would never understand for us to be so aware of how evil the white man is, right? But we still continue to do these type of things. Like, I would never understand why we continue to get ourselves into these type of situations where we know that we don't have the upper hand, right? Rain said they could have that could have ended badly for sure. And like even like last night, I mentioned that like we have to be 1 or 2 steps ahead, right? I mean, he did all this and he still is walking out on bail, guys. Like, so just imagine if he didn't even do all that. Just imagine if he would have just, excuse me, if he would have just went in, got his charges, they dude would have been home same day. They let him walk already, you know what I mean, to his trial. So just something to think about, man. Don't risk your life, man, for one moment. I understand the fear of everything. I understand the fear of consequences, but don't allow the fear of consequences to put you in a predicament like this, especially someone of his stature.
Can I really verify thing if I rescue at 102 and 65 or the unit that was hit by the vehicle?
And I'm not sure because E-Class has Mr. Ben Crump over there to the right. So I'm not sure if Ben Crump has anything to do with this body cam footage being released for the public to see. I don't know why Ben Crump would need to be into this situation, but who knows? Who knows?
You guys take fire rescue for him?
Was it worth it?
Who's your? I have this camera. I don't know. Maybe
What's reference on fire rescue?
You can see James there in the blue.
I got mine.
Is this yours?
Jeez.
Is it mine or his? I put my hands up. Hey. Wait,
You can see the tree and everything. That come on, man.
you good?
They're good. They got it.
Listen, man, these people need help. A lot of help out here. I don't know what's going on with the NFL, but it's not a great look because
So there you have it, man. E-Class broke that down. Amazing. It was amazing segment he did there. Rain said he already falsely said that he was hit with the car. Next, it would have been him mistaking a cell phone for a gun. Badly. I